Today we're making pecan balls. Some call them pecan puffs, call them whatever you want. I'm just glad we landed on a recipe that doesn't require any fridge chilling time. With this cookie, you're looking at a nice shortbread cookie packed with pecans and rolled in lots and lots of powdered sugar. To a bowl, we need 1 cup of softened butter, 1/3 of a cup of sugar, and 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. We're gonna mix this up real quick. Next goes in 1/2 teaspoon of salt and 2 cups of all-purpose flour. This crumbly texture is a good place to stop. Okay, we're gonna set that off to the side. It's time to chop our pecans. I'm using this nut grinder here. We need 1 cup of finely chopped pecans. I know it's kind of hard to read with the nuts inside, but it does say fine or coarse. We're going for fine. I do have a link to this brand of nut grinder in the description box. Unfortunately, I think they've discontinued this specific model. I don't know why, it's a really good nut grinder. I've had this one for over 16 years. Here's roughly 1 cup. Into the bowl she goes. And just give that a good mix in. Okay, we're ready to scoop out our dough. Grab your favorite baking sheet and line it with some parchment paper. Whoops, come back here. We're gonna scoop out our dough and roll it into a ball. I'm using a tablespoon-sized cookie scooper. You can go bigger or smaller if you prefer. These aren't going to spread. If anything, they're just gonna round out a little bit. Into the oven at 300 degrees for 27 minutes. I know it sounds like a lot of time, but I did mine for the full 27 minutes, and they came out fine. You'll know they're done if they have a nice little golden brown bottom. While the cookies are still hot from the oven, we're gonna quickly roll them in some powdered sugar. The goal here is to coat them thoroughly in powdered sugar, then place them on a cooling rack to fully set. What's gonna happen here is the heat of the cookie will melt the powdered sugar, and then once they're cool, we're gonna roll them again in some more powdered sugar. Here, let's take a look. This is the first cookie we rolled, and from what you can see here, most of the powdered sugar has melted onto the cookie. This one over here, no wait, I think it's this one. This one was the most recently rolled cookie. It still has a little ways to go. If you touch it now, like this, you'll remove the melted layer, so no touchy-touchy. We're gonna let these cookies cool completely before we move on to the next step. Now our cookies are completely cool, but the powdered sugar melted onto the cookie will still come off if we touch it. So we're gonna dust it real quick just to give it a light layer so we can grab it without messing up the coating. Okay, we're good. Grab your cookie and give it one final toss in the powdered sugar. You could skip this part if you think the dusting we just did was enough, but what about the bottom? We want the whole cookie coated. Well, that was a fun cookie. Definitely a keeper. Here's an ingredients list. To store your cookies, I have this airtight container here. It holds 12 cookies, and as you can see, I have a layer of parchment paper between the 2 layers. I know this recipe makes at least 24 cookies. 3 or 4 didn't make it into the containers. I might have eaten those. Thanks for watching day number 9 of our back-to-back 12 Days of Christmas Cookies marathon. Only 3 more cookies left. What will they be? Be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out, and I'll see you all tomorrow.